I don't think it's Blast Zone. I guess kind of like medium removal over medium creature, maybe. Integrity Interventions, alright. It's combat trick or pump spell. Green Seeker's card advantage. This was a flyer that wants us to cast non-creature spells to get advantage. This is a draw card that's also a body. Draw 3 cards and discard 2 cards unless you discard an artifact. Is a scam. Target creature you control gets +1/+1 and indestructible, or target creature you control. Okay. Humans and non-humans. There is a mutate dude who destroys shit when he mutates. That seems okay. This guy's okay. Discordant as to Tristani. So it generates tokens, gives me as a lord effect, and gives me... I think that's probably better than this guy. He's okay though. We're going to commit to a fuck ton of colors with this card. I think it's the strongest card in the pack though. Maybe with a little bit of a nod to Green Seeker. It's got to be way stronger than Green Seeker, right? Okay. Body with Death Touch, yep. These cards were neither of them very good. Bag of Holding's very slow. Intervention, that's cheap black removal. We're nowhere near black yet, but we don't have, we don't have a color, right? 2 lands in here. Rimrock Knight's not where I want to be. Resembling Skeleton's not where I want to be. I don't think I care about Tezzeret. I mean, we have 2 artifacts already. There is an argument with Tezzeret. It's just not an exciting creature. Rootbound Crag? No. I'd rather take the removal than fix the lands, I guess. Okay. I wonder if it's Bag of Holding. It's just very dirtily. Bane of Monsters. Death Touch. You put bounty counters on things. When a bountied creature dies, you gain life and draw a card. Okay. Exquisite Blood. Devil's Play. Deals X damage to any target. That's reasonable, I guess. Waking the Trolls. Kill a land. Steal a land. Then give it back with the Tristani. They control fewer lands than us. Create a 4/4 green Troll Warrior token. Exquisite Blood is not amazing. Exquisite Blood is atrocious. I don't know, man. Maybe that. We have to give... Oh, it's only creatures, so I don't give back lands. Okay, that feels a little bit better. All right, Dual Caster Mage. What do you mean I can go infinite with it? What is infinite? Is there like a whole nother game of Magic I've never unlocked before called Infinite? 3 mana, okay. 2/2 flash, enters the battlefield, copy target instant or sorcery. You may choose a new target for the copy. So I can copy theirs and choose shit, huh? It's interesting. What does Intervention do? Create 1/1s that sacrifice or deal damage. Deals twice the damage to a creature or planeswalker is interesting too. Rest of this is pretty weak. Young Pyromancer, instant or sorcery. That's not bad, honestly. I don't have a lot of instants or sorceries quite yet. I don't hate that though. It's just a removal spell. That's interesting. It's pretty late Night of the Ebon Legion, which is fine. Magma Jets, that 2 mana deal 2, scry 2 is okay. I don't love that creature, and it's a Beanstalk Giant. We don't know what colors we're playing, but it's the moment we're looking at white, red, green. Do I want to double down on an early black card? Probably not. I think Magma Jet is fine. Young Pyromancer is one of the most successful cards ever. Okay. Is it better in constructed decks that can take advantage of that, or is it better in draft decks, you think? It's either Beanstalk or Magma Jet. Take the Jet. Vraska Wield. Hey, Nobu. Lava Runner's in here. Warrior's in here. 4/5 trample that can be a land. Temple of Plenty, a Scoot Swarm Wield, so presumably not as good as I hoped. Although, nice synergy with Tristani. It's our second green card. I want to run Waking the Trolls too. I'm going to take the Scoot Swarm. I don't want plain white Celebration. I don't think we're playing black, although we might if we get enough fixing. Maybe we'll play all the colors. White green's okay here. We could splash Tristani off the white green, but let's take the creature first that does something. Sick and constructed finding draft. Yeah, that's my point. So It's just a really dumb thing to tell someone drafting, to be like, hey, that's the best card ever in Constructed. Like, who gives a fuck? This card seems super strong last time we played against it. Stomping Ground in there. These cards are a little bit weaker. Golden Egg's just fixing. So it's a land that lets me cycle. I think I'll still take this card. Okay. Chain Mirror, I don't want Lightning Axe for this. Blast Zone doesn't fit what we're trying to do. We're already thinking of 3 colors, possibly 4. This is colorless. It's hard to run that. These cards don't seem good. The Arachneer's fine. Actually, that wheeled too. This is a trick. If we play white, this gets a little bit better. It is a red +2/+2. This card is fine. There's going to be a lot of artifacts and enchantments in this set. We have plenty of non-human creatures that we can play this on. I'll take the hate, I guess. Holding Wield, I'll take that. I don't think I want Resembling Skeleton or Intervention. Devil's Play. That's an X spell that goes face with flashback. It's kind of interesting. Okay. All right, pack 2. Sweeper, Flash Dude, double token effect. We actually have tokens. This would actually be relevant to our deck, hilariously. I don't know if it's good enough to play, though. Command the Dread Horde. What does this one do? I've actually played this card before. I don't remember, though. Choose any number of target creature in a graveyard and command the Dread to damage equal to total converted cost of those cards. Put them on the battlefield. It's very expensive for 6. This thing's been fairly good, although it's a beater. I don't think we're a beating deck. What is this? Additional lands. Can't attack and block unless have City's Blessing. City's Blessing is 10 lands. It's pretty rough. It's a lot of not doing stuff. There's a Harvester at 3. There's a Mana Dork at 3. There's a Skewer and Nightmare. These are in wrong colors. I think this is just the Dork. It's 10 permanents, not 10 lands. It's a little bit better. I still think I'd rather the Mana Dork, honestly. Okay. Yeah, the Harvester's interesting, but I'm happy with this. All right, Rekindling Phoenix is kind of a bomb. It's a recurring 4/3 flyer. It's very difficult to get rid of. I don't know Kaya the Inexorable. Ghost Form token on one creature. This creature dies. Just put an exile. Return it to its owner's hand. Create a 1/1 flying spirit. Exile target non-land permanent as a minus is fucking nuts. It's just very solid. Hits everything. Glorious Protector. Dracosaurus is a little bit aggressive. So we got a Mana Dork out 2, but not a very good one. We've got Life Crafter creating servo tokens. We have some wide effects. This is another token generator. Unburial Rites 2 is big on that. I think I'd take the Phoenix here. I mean, there's going to be exile in this format, but I'm okay with the Phoenix. If it's the colors I want to play, it's a pretty powerful card. We're not sure we're going to get white or black in the deck. This card seems okay with tokens, but not amazing. It's really kind of dirtily for a while. If we had that other token card, the white one that we passed, maybe this guy seems really far away and seems very unlikely we won't be able to attack with him. Feels like a bomb in M20 and bad in any set with decent amount of removal. This card for draw and green, maybe it was okay too, but I'm okay with the card we got. All right, what's the Vizier do? 3/4, look at the top card of your library and reach your cards on the top. Spend mana as always for okay. Helm of the Host wins games if you can apply it to something and it gets to start summoning shit, especially if that summon has an ETB. There's a bomb in Dominaria. Vanguard's always nice. That's just a tap land. If we're white, green, red, what is Insult to Injury? Damage can't be prevented this turn. Damage can't be prevented. If a source you control deal damage, it deals double. I mean, that's pretty solid, but I'm okay with Helm. It's slow, but I feel like it does what we want it to do here, right? So we could Helm Rekindling Phoenix, for example. It makes them non-legendary, so you can play it on Trostani and generate another Lord every single turn. Helm is super slow, but it's like a fucking win card. It's fun as hell when it goes off. Escape to the Wilds was a busted constructed, right? Exile top 5 cards of your library and play exile cards until the end of your next turn. Oh, but you don't get mana cost, so I don't think it's going to be very good for us. What is this thing? A 5 mana XX star, I guess. Number of lands, non-creature tokens you control are forest lands in addition to their other types. That actually has synergy. It's a little bit slow. Immolating Inferno is a little slow. Squeeze. Dryad lets me play 2 as a 2/4. What's our curve right now? We're looking to be red-green. I don't really want another fucking 5-drop, do I? So this 5-drop synergizes with all of our tokens, right? Oh, no, it's non-token creatures. It doesn't synergize. It's the opposite. Fuck, I would have taken the 3-drop. I think the 2/4 3-drop that lets me play 2 lands, even though it's very unexciting. What's Chandra Heart of Fire? Discard your hand, then exile top 3 cards of your library until end of turn. You may play exile cards. +1 deals 2 damage to any target. That seems good enough, right? 5 mana Planeswalker seems fine. Red white, light up the stage is always good. Wilderness Reclamation has no part for this. What's the other Chandra? This is the Elemental Chandra, not very good. These don't fit in our deck. Seems like an easy pick.
When it comes to starting fires, I'm kind of a genius.
All right, I need some early game. Oh, Visionary is so good for us. What's this thing do? All right, 1 mana, 1/1. Create a 1/1 token for 3. 6 for each creature token you control. Create a token that's a copy. That card's good for us too. But I think I'd rather the Mana Dork that fills my 3-drop spot and gives me mana and card draw. All right, Binding Hydra. Green's pretty open. A flash dude there. A triple land in blue, black, green. Cloud Blazer. Okay, so our colors are the green out of this. What is this? Reach, power and toughness, number of lands. Enters the battlefield. Means search your library for a land card, put it into play. Do we need a 6 mana XX with reach? I doubt it. Do we want to try to play binding with no black mana? It's super powerful. It's either that or the Preserver. Maybe we try to fit black and white mana in here. Maybe. Easy Vivian. Dude, this is a 3 mana elf that slams down additional mana fixing. There's also a 2 mana dork for every color. Fuck. And a Sarkhan's Unsealing and a Vivian. Double fuck. I want this whole pack. I have to get a 2-drop. I have no 2-drops. Mana fixing and acceleration is super strong for us. I can't believe we're passing a Vivian there, but I guess we are. So the token effect wield, as did dual lands in the colors we want to play. At least one of them. And it has cycling on it. I don't think this card is a real thing. We have a couple token effects, but not like a million. Procession is unstoppable. I'll tell you how I stop it. I just don't pick it. Then it's stopped, isn't it? All right. Haven, Brights, Archfiend, Doom Foretold. The 1/2 creates tokens. Sure. Okay. Settle Wield. Weird. I don't remember seeing it in the first place. We've got a green land that sometimes recurs cards from our graveyard. Traxos. We have a fair number of artifacts and legendaries. This could be a Traxos deck. We don't have a million. But I don't want that card. And this card's really... I mean, we'll take Traxos and see what we do with it. Squee is both a legendary and an early blocker. Escape to the Wild's Wield. Probably because you need, like, I imagine 10 mana to make that useful. I'll take a Squee here. Wilderness Reclamation, Cruel Celebrant, or Inscription of Ruin. We're not playing any of these cards, so sure. Okay. All right, pack 3, pick 1. Torolf, God of Fury, 5 mana 4 mana 5/4 trample. Creature Planeswalker opponents dealt excess deals damage equal to excess. What? When a creature or planeswalker an opponent controls is dealt excess non-combat damage, deals damage equal to the excess to any. Okay, so if I lightning bolt and I overkill, it does something. What's the equipment? 2 mana, unattach it, deals 3 damage to any target, return it to its owner's hand. That's okay, I guess. Troll, black. What does this inscription do? To 20 seconds is not enough time. This is a 6 mana trampler. When it mutates, destroy target non-creature permanent. That's an inscription. Kicked, +1, gain life. Control fights when I don't control. Shadow Spear and Giant. I'll take Giant. What's Shadow Spear? +1/+1 trample and lifelink. It's good. I'm happy with Giant. It's another artifact, another historic. I know it's good. I don't know the rest of these cards. It's too much processing. Big breath. All right, moving on. Siege Commander is great in Dominaria. Seems very slow here. Looking at red and green. Oh, I don't know what the fuck this card is. 4 mana sorcery, angel, vigilant flying, foretold, create X of these tokens instead. Wow. Wow. Do we want to splash this? That seems like I just generate 4 angels all the time, or 2 angels all the time. What's a bomb? Showdown? Which one's Showdown? Oh, this thing? Sure. It's between these two and that for me, and I'm not super high on the Siege Gang Commander here. This card seems nuts though. Feels like you just foretold this for 2 colorless mana. When you draw your planes, you just create you create half of your lands in angel tokens out of nowhere. Which seems like a fucking win a lot of the time. Anyway, I don't know enough about the card to see if it's as good as it looks. This is literally my first time seeing it. 2 mana card seems great. Discard a card, exile the top 2 cards of your library, then choose one of them. You play this card this turn, so you get selection. Instant or sorceries in my graveyards, maybe. What's the Reclaimer? Looking for lands in my graveyard. Sack lands to make lands. It's kind of medium. It is any land, so I can fix with this. Drawing if I have creatures. Crush the Weak is a sweeper. Does it hit my own creatures? Yes. The Shield Breaker's Artifact Hate. I think it's one of these. I might Elf Warrior this. I might Wizard this too. I do like that he becomes... I don't think I have 4 or more sorcerers in my deck. Alright, it's a White Planeswalker, pretty unexciting one. Champ Person. Elder Gargaroth seems like a card we'd want. It's a 5 mana Vigilant 6/6 Reach Trampler that does something when it goes on its turn. There's also Radha. I love this fucking card. This card's great. 3 mana lets you play lands off top of your deck is nuts. I think I take the Gargaroth and hope to wheel this. It is multicolored red-green, and it's not very splashable since it is low mana green cost and low mana red costs. So in other words, opponents might not pick it up as aggressively. This card will win if I play it into a board without removal, right? So. All right, red-green dual. I don't know what Branching Evolution is. 3 mana enchantment. 1 or more places. Okay, that's terrible for us. Ajani is nowhere near where we want to be. Birth of this is not really the colors we're in. Momentary Blink. This is between the dual land and the Experimental Frenzy. I don't actually like Frenzy very much in a deck like this. We don't have a lot of low drops. I don't hate that card either. I don't know if our deck can support this. It's another mana dork that accelerates us and does something afterwards, which is really, really nice. Angel's a 7 mana, do nothing. Okay, we have Bone Splitter, we have Enchantment Hate in 3. We've got Grim Lavamancer, which is like removal on a stick. These are all good. What's our curve look like right now? We're very light on 2 drops. I have a couple 1 drops though, 3 or 4, and some 3 drops. We have nothing to put cards in our graveyard. That card could be dead some of the time. I'm happy with Brontodon. It's a solid card. Problem is it's solid enough for this. Alright. Goose as a mana dude. A Stomp spell. We do have a Dino, I believe. Nope, maybe not. What else? Black cards that we aren't playing. A white flying 2/1, which we aren't playing. Grim Tutor. Raven's Warning in blue. So it's either Claim, Savage Stomp, or Goose. I'm pretty light on removal. I'm okay with another mana dork, especially one that does other things, but I'm a little concerned about this deck. Once Upon a Time is super strong if you get it early. Otherwise, it's okay. Old Growth Troll doesn't seem very exciting to me. Bestiary is pretty strong. Magma Quake is a Earthquake. Interesting. I think this is Bestiary. We want artifacts. We have an Artifacts Matters deck. We have creatures. It seems like it's really good for a red-green creature deck. Inscription Wield. So did this thing. Is this thing playable? I didn't read it last time far enough. 6 mana, 6/6 trample. Mutates for 4. When this creature mutates, destroy target non-creature permanent. Its controller creates a 3/3 green beast token. That doesn't sound great. Blue-green fixing. I think I just take this. It's flexible. All right. We're not playing blue, although we could try to fix for it. We're not really playing white. There's some black cards. So none of these cards make our deck. I don't think we have giants or giant-related spells. That's a giant. Okay. Crush the Weak and Artifact Hate as a 2-drop. We need 2 drops. I'm fine with that. I don't really want Crush the Weak. Feels like it sweeps all my shit and exiles it. Radha Wield. Easy game chat. Never didn't have it. And Fortification as a land. And Mayhem Devil as a card. Last pick Judith. lucky? I don't know. I think their rationale was pretty good. We saw a shit ton of red and green cards flowing to us. Red and green clearly weren't cut. It's a very hard card to splash because you want it early if you do draw it, if you can. I'm not so sure. I think put it this way. If we have to choose, remember the pack was Radha versus Gorgoroth, right? I think the Gargoroth, rather, wheels none of the time, and I think some of the time the Radha wheels, right? So that's our decision between those two. All right, so we passed some really strong white cards that maybe would have made this deck a bomb. Things like double tokens or things like Angels Off Foretold. I don't know if that's bad or good, but we've done it. We're not black, so we can pull black mana out of this deck. Why is there still black mana in here? Black cards like that. All right, I really don't think we're playing this. We have enough playables, clearly. Got a lot of ones. That card maybe. What is the second ability? 5 mana, create an XX colorless construct artifact creature where X is the number of creatures you control. That can actually win this games, huh? This is a land, even though it's pretending it's not. Let's cut the lands proportionally to make up for it. Fuck off. For that. We'll worry about the fixing in a minute. I just want the total number here. So what do we end up with? Ended up with a lot of things.
Our modest fellowship expands.
Gunnar708, thanks for the sub. Where are we with this? So I do love this ability. Isn't incredible. A 1/2 reach creature is pretty garbage, but escape is pretty nice. And escaping a 4/5 that kills a creature when it comes into play is okay. Reclaimer wants us to do land things. It lets us tutor for lands. We can tutor any land, so it can be, for example, our red-green or white-green duels, as well as fixing if we want to. I don't know why there's still black mana in my deck, but there seems to be. We'll fix that in a minute. We're never cutting Goose here. I don't know about Reclaimer. We're never cutting. We might cut that card. Bag of Holding seems really dirty and not kind of what we want to be doing. Do we cut a card like this? It's not very efficient removal. To move a 5/5, I pay 6, but it goes face as well. And it flashbacks for 3. That seems really good. This card is very similar, right? It's better removal, more efficiently. And this card, I'm okay with this. They're both kind of reach cards. Why would I want to ever create... Oh, because it's target creature planeswalker. So the elementals can go face their attackers, but this otherwise removes creatures. This is Fireball? No, this is Toys. Fireball is a very different card than that. Fireball is like 1 red X. I think it's 1 red X others. Maybe it's 2 red X others. And it's like, it has some weird thing in the text of it where you can like split the damage between different creatures if it's like equal amounts or something weird. It's not, this is not Fireball. The fact that it deals 2x damage means it's way better than Fireball for single target and a little bit worse for multi-target, right? I need 2 drops. This is instant speed. This is fine. It's not good, but it's okay. Do we play that? I don't know. It's a fight spell. We don't have a lot of creatures we want to fight with. Is it a pure fight? Yeah, it is. Squee as stall, Life Crafter's Bestiary as reach, mana, more tokens, Brontodons, Rajas. I think all of our 3 drops are bombs, like straight up. XR damage is called Fireball no matter the text. I think Fireball is called Fireball. I'm not sure about 1x spells called Fireball. Especially when it doesn't do a Fireball effect, right? This is twice that? Anyways. Are we playing black mana for binding? Maybe. Maybe not. Let's start just pulling cards that I'm not sure about yet. Do we need Helm in this deck? It's very slow. And do we have enough for Traxos? We'll see in a minute. Got a lot of legendaries and a lot of historics in this deck. We're still over right now. This is a very slow 6 mana ability, huh? Is this card even good? It's a 6 mana card. Comes in, destroys a land, kind of weak. Takes their land, kind of weak. Not super weak, but kind of weak. And then later, by the time the game is ended, everyone's gone home, and the victor of the tournament is deployed, has been declared rather. It then deploys a 4/4 Troll Warrior. I'm not actually convinced that card does anything. Okay. Is that a recent print? What set is the axe? Is that a recent set? Seems like super low power level. Feels like it's probably fine in like low power level draft. It's Kaldheim? Okay. All right. It's the current set. Okay. All right. So if we look at this, what do we have? We've got some shit red removal, one of which goes face for reach. We got some mana dorks, cards that are least exciting. The shield breaker as artifact hate in a 2/1 body. Sometimes the 2/1 body will be useful, but maybe not. Maybe the swarm is too slow. It's not legendary. It's not an artifact. We don't have token synergies. We don't have sacrifices, so the tokens are less good. This is just a 3-mana 1/1 that generates 1/1s on other turns. That maybe isn't even worth playing, honestly. Rest of these are pretty fucking gas. I think we have a deck for a helm. I mean, we have so many cards that want to play Helm of the Host. It is slow. It's a 4-drop into a 5-drop where you haven't done anything, and if they have instant speed removal. And we've got a couple of these sagas that we're seriously considering playing, right? Like these. I don't hate this card. This card is a legendary elemental, but it's a 5-mana 5/5 right now. And what does that mean? Non-token creatures you control are forests in addition to their other types. Non-token creatures. Does it make them mana dorks? So they can be tapped for forest mana, or are they just a forest? They can tap? Okay. I don't think that's good enough for our deck. Is this card something we want to play? It's an instant speed. 2 permanent tokens is pretty sick. If I play it at 5, it's 2 permanent tokens. I gain life and target creature controls. Target creature control fights. We have some fight creatures. The 5/5 is okay. The 6/6 is clearly good. Phoenix fighting things is fine. Traxos fighting things is fine. It's just our 2 and 3 drops really don't fight very well. The Giant does and the Brontodon does, but that's it. Wish we had a little bit more on the 1 and 2 plays. How about the rest of these guys? Is the Life Crafter worth it? I mean, we have his Bestiary. Do we want to play him? Her? I think it's a her. It's very slow, dirty token creation. I'm pretty sure this is when it enters the battlefield. Yeah, so this does technically A, untap Traxos, and B, every time I create a colorless servo token, also untaps Traxos. So there's maybe something there. And then we can create big boys later if we have tokens in play. She's okay. She's very slow. I think the Reclaimer is not good enough here. It does fix for us. We have Paradise Druid, Skittering Surveyor, and Goose to fix for us right now. We may not be playing a lot of different extra colors here. I'm not sure. Like perhaps we don't play the black one. It's just so nice because we have shit removal, and this is a historic that pulls forests out for us and destroys something. It's pretty nice. Just like, where am I getting swamps from? It's a cast trigger. I think I just read it and it's not, right? Oh, no, you're wrong. I'm wrong. I read the first part. I read enters the battlefield as its own effect and didn't read the cast. You're right. So it would not, because it's a cast trigger. Thank you. I played Traxos too. Is Reclaimer worth this as a very slow fixer for us? It doesn't accelerate your shit, is the problem. And yeah, it becomes a 3/4 eventually, but what the hell is a 3/4? A 3/4 that you've invested 6 mana into? I think that's just bad. Yeah, if we slap Helm of the Host onto our Scoot Swarm, it gets pretty silly pretty fast, for sure. But the same is true of pretty much any creature in our deck, right? If we slap Helm onto Traxos, Rekindling Phoenix, Llanowar Visionary, Radha, Phyla, Trostani, Elder Gargareth. Like, I don't think we're lacking powerful synergy effects with Helm. So I don't think we need to play Swarm for Helm. I'm not even sure we should be playing Helm. It's just it's super slow. And this Swarm has not been super slow so far. We've been getting run the fuck over here. Is there a world in which we don't play white? Are we strong enough without Trostani and without Showdown? And then don't fix Binding either. Like, is there a world in which this is our deck? All right, how many triggers for Traxos? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. This one's pretty reusable. 11 triggers for Traxos right now. 1 in 4 cards untaps Traxos for us. I think that's okay. Squeeze seems weak. We have no sack effects. 3 mana 2/1 is not super exciting. You're not wrong. Synergy with Traxos, but not that much. Trostani is quite strong. Our top end is not very big in this deck, and we are a red-green creature deck, kinda. So like our plan is to hit them in the ground with creatures. So we do want a strong top curve. I don't know how much or how many little of these cards we want in. I think the cards in the sideboard right now are fine to keep out of the deck. But these ones here, we need 4 cards out among these 5. And that's a little trickier. All bombs, no removal. We have 4 pieces of removal. And an Icy Manipulator. So, I mean, we're not no removal, but we're light for sure. Yeah, I mean, clearly these cards are good. If I could just play them with no mana issues, we'd play them. The question is, do we fix it or not? So we have 1 white-green duel with cycling. We have 1 red-green duel. That won't fix for us. But we could play like a Plains and run, maybe not Binding, although Binding is the best of those 3 cards in my opinion. Maybe this card is good, I don't know. So what's the argument for getting rid of Squee? It's infinite recursion for us, literally infinite. You can't remove him. The only thing you can do is pin him on board with something like a blue removal spell. We have Surveyor for fixing. Is Palladium good here? We only have 2 5-drops. Don't have. We have the mana sink off the Helm, I guess, and the Bestiary is mana sinky too. Got lots of fixing. I got medium fixing. I'm not sure we can fix black. Goose, Druid, Surveyor. We could run 1 Swamp, 1 Plains, and run them both. The power level on these cards are really strong. Binding is so good. Maybe we don't run Squee or Shieldbreaker. We're still 2 cards over here. Is Traxos good enough here, chat? I have no fight spells. When he's tapped, he's pretty dead to me. And do we hate artifacts and enchantments enough that we want to play this card? Probably. Is the mutate cost the cost it cost? So this guy is 4 to cast as a 4/4, and it's 3 to cast as a mutate that does something. Is that correct? Okay. Is this card strong enough to play? 2 mana, deal 3, or this is kicker too, so it's a 7 to deal 5. Is 2 mana deal 3 at sorcery speed strong enough to play? We're light on removal. It's nice tempo, but it's pretty fucking bad. That's removal, although not efficient removal. That's removal, that's removal. And Icy's kind of quasi removal. I think Royal's good for my deck. Okay. Terrible but effective later on. I don't think that's accurate. 5 damage is not a lot. So we still need 2 cards out. And I'm trying to figure out what our weakest cards are. Fight spell seems better. I don't think that's true. It's just a different type of thing. Fight spell requires you have a board. Maybe this card doesn't get here. Is that ETB or spell? Cast a creature spell. So we don't even get to trade tokens. Are we ever really wanting to spend 1 mana, 3 mana to generate a 1/1 token that doesn't untap Traxos? with 4 ramp cards. What are my 4 ramp cards? Oh, you mean mana dorks. It's a cast, doesn't have synergy with Tristani. And chat, I think we're gonna be happy to have some extra mana acceleration. I think I want to play that. I think the cards I want out are Traxos and Ovoya. Cut Showdown. So, all right. So how does this deck lose? This deck loses a lot by flooding out, since we have no fixing of any sort. And we have a fair amount of mana dorks. We do have some X spells to help with that. Some draw effects to help with that. Like Helm's a mana sink. Lifecaster Bestiary is a mana sink. The X spells are okay with high mana, although not good. Radha takes advantage of extra mana. And that's about it, right? Uses the flying. We have removal for flyers. We can die to big flyers, sure. This card feels so dirtily. Like, it feels so slow. Like, yeah, it can take over if they can't remove a 1/2 and they give me multiple turns to invest a fuck ton of mana into doing nothing. I don't think I want that card in my deck. And then there's this card. This card, I don't know why it's showing. Did you guys see it show 1/2? It shows a 1/2. Like, what? That's not this card, bro. Thanks, though. Maybe when I hover it, show me the actual card. I see you repeatedly pushing this card, Onia, but this card is not good. The problem is destroy a land doesn't do anything. That's 6 mana. Recur that land on the second turn after I've paid a 6 mana spell doesn't do anything. And then the third turn after I've cast a 6 mana spell, it creates a 4/4 trampling troll token. Like, who fucking cares? It doesn't seem good at all. If I can, even if I can reliably cast it on 6, I still don't think it's good. So we need one more card out. And I think we're playing... Dude, we should just cut binding and not worry about swamps, huh? That's probably the simplest solution here. We don't have any black fixing outside of... I mean, we have Goose and Druid. It's just so nice as removal. Troll card is good if you flood. No, it's not. Imagine if I'm flooding and I top deck the troll card. It doesn't do anything for 3 turns. If I'm flooding, I'm dying because I can't put things. I can't keep up with the opponent having plays. It doesn't help me if I'm flooding. It's not a card that helps me with flooding. A card that helps you with flooding is a card that has an effect that you can activate, right? So you can mana sync with the existing cards you have when you draw no more gas. Or a draw card where if you're flooding, you suddenly have use for all your extra lands, right? That card doesn't help me when I'm flooding. I think we're at this. And there's an argument Traxos is still the most questionable card here. Between these two, I think Traxos beats Ovia. How many triggers do we have? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. 11, but we no longer have Scree. Is that enough for Traxos? We could cut Traxos to either bring back the Arachneer or possibly the Shieldbreaker. There's a fair amount of artifacts in this format. We kind of light on 2 drops. This is not an exciting 2 drop, and we don't have equipment, but it's still a creature. Yeah, we could also bring in Ovoya Pashiri, whatever the fuck it is. What's historic? Any legendary creature, any artifact, in any saga. Traxos is a good wall. Yeah, that's true. He's a 7/7 wall. We will get him untapped. I'm just not convinced we can reliably swing with Traxos. The question is, it's stronger or not. Like if we cast this on, I mean, casting this on 4 and we don't have a follow-up historic card. It's a cast trigger though, so at least it can't be countered. I don't know. Maybe it's strong enough. We have 10. Two proactive early plays. Yep, that is true. But how much of an early play is rolling out a fucking game? Stop lying to me what that card is. How proactive of an early game play is playing out a 2/1? A 2/1 that we really wish to hold on to until we see artifacts. Like this card doesn't stop aggro, it can't trade, and it doesn't have time to do anything. This card stops aggro a little bit because you can trade off the 2/1, but that's a pretty optimistic slowing down of enemies. This card is only for flyers. I think that's too situational. I think that's too situational. I think it's Traxos or the Shield Breaker. I play these types of effects in draft when I have 6 or 7. I've got 11. It's not even that. I think, I don't know. It's another 4-drop. Our curve's kind of weird too. It's a little heavy. First escape card has tons of value. Yeah, it's not much of an escape card though, is it? I mean, we could play neither of those and drop Traxos and try this thing. What's this thing do? It's my fight effect. 2 mana instant speed fight that is a 5 mana kind of bomb later on. Gains us some life. All right, let's try this. All right, let's fix our curve. So we're on 17 lands right now. We don't need swamps. We don't need 2 plains. That's 3. All right, so what is this then? We have Surveyor to tutor up plains. We've got Elf and Goose, and we have Scattered Groves. So that's what we're playing for white sources. What are we on green? Do I want to play Vastwood Fortification as a tap land? I'm not necessarily convinced I do. I'm not sure this is such a weak effect. 1 mana +1/+1 as a land. Kind of just would rather have my forest, I think. All right, so what does this leave us? 7/7/3. Oops, 7/7/1 rather here. So clearly green mana is slightly better for us early, including on 3. I probably don't need equal amounts. I do want double red at some point. Most of my red spells are sorceries. So there's not a particularly large reason to leave red mana up. If I want a double spell, it's very unlikely I'm playing these cards and double spelling. So red mana is not insanely important. Can I go down 1 more? Do I want to go down 1 more? So this is 7, 8, 9 green sources right now. Not counting the mana dorks. 8 red. This is probably okay. Are we playing too many lands with a curve like this? We want to reliably cast 4 drops. Probably not. We have 2 X spells. We have a couple mana sinks between Helm and Radha. I think this is fine. 9 green sources. I'm definitely not adding more white. The question is, do I want to go down a mountain for a forest right now is what I'm considering. Our early games are all green. Green or colorless. Every 3 drop is green or colorless with double green on 3. And we want Gilded Goose on 1 and Paradise Druid on 2 every time they're in our opening hands. So we want to up the percentage of green cards, and we don't have red instants, so we're not holding up red mana very often when we cast red spells. So there's some argument for not needing that many red sources. The Phoenix on 4 and the Chandra on 5 are holding me back from cutting red right now is all. Is this card good enough to play? Maybe we should have cut Chandra. Discard your hand and exile the top 3 cards of your library. Until end of turn, you may play exile cards. That's great when later in the game was pretty... Oh, the other, it's plus to do damage. Oh, that's interesting. I thought it was minus. That's probably okay. Plus to do 2 damage. All right, let's try this, chat. What do you think? 25 wins? 107 wins? 5 wins? Let me know. Oh, we got to name it. What's the deck called? All right. What do we call this deck? Why is there a boat on this Brontodon? I think we should do something with the trolls. Putting the trolls to bed. Is that enough? Is there enough words for that? Oh, easy fit. Trolls to bed. Waking trolls is our icon. Done. Yeah. Deck name too long. Why would you let me? Wait, it lets me do it anyways? Does it just let me? Oh, it doesn't show it all. Okay. Trolls sleep. Okay. Can we pick a card to test if this was Waking the Troll? How good was it? Yeah, it's a bit results oriented since, you know, like, I don't know how you'd even do that. It's so results oriented. What card, if we were to add, I mean, because it's not even in the next 4 or 5 cards I add to my deck, right? Like, before this card, I probably add the Inscription, I probably add Ovoya, I probably add Arachneer, and I probably add Shieldbreaker. I mean, you could choose one and just think about it. Maybe you, let's say we don't run white red, for example. So maybe you're like, we're doing the pure green red version with no splashing. I guess you could compare it to Tristani if you want. It's not quite there because it's a 6 mana card. But why don't you compare it to drawing Tristani? Okay. Where's this free gems? I want free gems, chat. There are free gems around. 400 gems. How do I do that? Go to deals. Oh, it's 100. I can buy 400 gems for 300 gems. Which is the better version of these? Use coins? Okay. Amazing. All right. Let's get this deck rolling. Can you do that infinitely? I don't think so. Since if you could convert 300 gems into 400 gems, you're probably not gonna be allowed to do that. All right, hand looks good. No white lands, but oh well. This is a later gameplay anyways, right? Going second here is a little rough. Wait, why does this card change its text? I don't have a card that looks like this in my deck. I had that stupid mutate other dude. Did it just change its... Did I have this card and another card in my deck? I don't know what this card is. I did put a prediction up. You missed it. Okay. All right, we're drawing. Crystalline Giant would be nice. What's my play next round? I ramp to 5 and get Elder Gargaroth on the field, so we'll play that. Okay. Will you just cast something for 4 mana? That's a start. He didn't counter last turn, he had mana open. I guess he could this turn, but... Okay. It's a Godzilla alternate art card, okay. Hostage Taker. No. Tap land. Is there like mana spikes in here? So I need to do 3. So I'm gonna play an untap land. I don't know if there's like the 4 spike in here that makes me pay 2 more or something. So I'm gonna play around it. I have no 2. Hold on a minute. I've got 5 now. That's not what I need to do. So I want to remove it for 3. It cost me 4 lands. I'm left with 2. I guess I just do it now. Like that, right? Wait. 4 spike is pay 2 or pay 1? Is that even in this format? I don't fucking remember. It's pay 1? If it's pay 1, that's okay. Okay. Spell Pierce. Is Spell Pierce pay 1 or pay 2? It's pay 2. Alright, I really have to be careful with the fucking open island. He's done nothing up till now, and he's kept land open every single time. I guess I play the land first. It's kind of annoying for everything else, but... Fuck off. Do we just lose the game to our own creature now? I think we do. That's so bad. Hostage taker into dive down to protect Gorgoroth. That's so nasty. Fuck do we do now? Lose. Oh my god. Alright, there's our white lamb for next round. I don't think I can beat this though. It draws some cards or generates 3/3s, right? That's why we wanted to play that out. I guess we just lose to it. I don't have a fight spell. Maybe this can do it later. Giant mutate. What does it do for us? So this is 7. We have 3, 4, 5, 6. If I play non-white land, we can't play this. I can play both those out if I don't play either of my tap lands. But like, what the fuck? I think I have to dig to beat Gorgoroth, right? Which means I need to play Showdown. I'm ready to try have cards to beat that. What does that even make it? It makes it a 4/4. It's not exciting. I mean, I can mutate onto this. I think I have to get this in play, chat. Oh, it's mutate with green. Oh, I didn't realize. Okay, that's only 3, so I could play this and then play this. That's okay, I guess. It's pretty not okay, honestly. Maybe I just cast it here to kill that. I just targeted the other one. Is that a human, the giant, or something? Why is that like this? I just targeted the giant. Why did it not do what it was supposed to do? Hey, I lose the game. He's attacking with my fucking bomb over here. Okay. What is flashback? Alright, I have 7 mana. It deals 5 damage. It's too late. 5 is not 6. I think I just have to play this out. Dude, we could have that troll card if we really wanted to. Let's play forest. I guess I'm taking another 6. Seems pretty bad. Reach and lifelink. Passing. Okay. Justani does take back Gargoroth. That's true, yeah. It's pretty troll. Can I afford to take 10 here? Like, that's such a big blowout. All of his guys are humans. Of course he's got human synergies going on there. Kills all my mana dorks. Kills my fucking 3/3. Fuck. Sing trample? Presumably. Can I afford not to block here? Seven's so much, man. Alright, what does this do? Whenever I cast a spell, put a +1 on this kind of card creature. Okay. So we want to run out this. That's always happens, right? And then it's drop green mana, play out Thrashing Brontodon. We pump lifelinkers here. Okay. Give me my card back. Thanks. We get one more turn of casting spells to make pumps, right? But we're at 5. Maybe he doesn't know about reach. That looks like he doesn't know about reach. I've got 2 creatures on the board with reach. I'll block with the Gem Razor. Okay. Could be board wipe. That'd suck, for sure. Okay. Blocking gain life, isn't it? Only when it attacks or blocks. I don't know. There's too much. It's too weird of an attack. Maybe you're right. Maybe he forgot about reach. My thought was to protect this card from interaction, like tricks, particularly. I mean, he's playing every color under the sun over there. So I actually thought this was attack only, but I think I would have still made that decision without it. Like there's a couple, like any sort of finisher card that kills wounded creatures kills this. Any sort of blade, instant speed, death touch kills the creature it blocks. And there's probably some combat tricks in these colors that will get there too. Had to discard. He had to do it to not discard. What is the not discard? What? Oh, for the charter course? You think his hand is so valuable he didn't want to discard 1 card? Is he dead? Settles in the format. Okay. Feels bad. We get punished. Okay. Can I blow this up? It won't stop it, right? If I blow it up right now, this thing still goes off, right? Okay. It won't go off? Of course it does. It goes on the stack, right? Why wouldn't it go off? It won't stop. I see. Yeah. I don't think I can react to the spell. I can react to the spell being cast, but I can't. I think the trigger happens once it enters play, right? I mean, I can remove the 3/3, pump up my other lifelinker, start swinging in. We're still in this. The second card, part of that's not super scary. Let's see what's coming up. Seems fine. X damage to any target. Alright. I think I'm just playing out my hand. He's got fucking a million cards in his hand, which sucks. Shouldn't have played Surveyor. I guess I should have scryed after Surveyor, huh? Feels bad. Any of this matter? I don't think so. Maybe pumping tokens is wrong. Do I care about this? I mean, I did care about that. I'm wasting a scry, but I think I prefer the +1/+1 token till doing nothing. So I'm gonna do this. There's some tap cards that will kill Tristani. You can have bounce. Pumping tokens might be wrong versus bounce, honestly. Maybe I should have played permanence. I'm not sure. Alright, I care about Act 3 of Elspeth Conquers Death. I'm not sure I care that much about Act 2. Is it worth giving up a 4/5 beater on this board for that? I doubt it. I mean, this technically goes face, but we can do it later. Is he dead to this? Nope. No, he's not. There's a million board wipes in this format, so I mean, there's like a billion ways he kills all my shit. How much do we swing with to avoid Wrath of, like, Settle? hold back the tokens. I'm going to hold back Tristani. If he settles the Bront, it's good for us because then I just blow up the Elspeths. So it gives me the value I would have lost. So I'm not holding back Brontodon. Dude, him stealing our Gorgoth is so fucking irritating. So he's still drawing. He's got 2 white mana open right now. Guess he's not even going to bluff the subtle. Okay. Alright, Tristani just won us a game that we were lost otherwise. We'd never beat that 6-6 that we gave him if we hadn't had that. So, kind of nice. Alright, chat. I'm going to grab water. I'll be back in a moment. See you guys shortly. All right. Seems good. No red mana. Both our planes sucks, but Bestiary early seems great. And developing our white tap source with Tristani.
Our modest fellowship expands.
Conification. Thanks for sub.
Praise the sub.
I'm pleased with our decision to... we got rewarded for the decision to dig deeper for an answer for them stealing our Gargroth, which was good. If we hadn't played out them planes that turn, we absolutely would have lost, in my opinion. It's just there wouldn't have been enough power on top of our deck with white sources, right? It's too bad this isn't a shock land. It's much worse as a cycle land than it is anything else. So what are we doing here? I think I slam Giant, Bestiary later. I don't know, I get them both. Maybe not. Maybe I slam Bestiary, Giant 4. Wait, it's a targeted discard? Guess it is. Choose cards to reveal to your opponent. That. Oh, I see. So okay. I haven't seen that card before, so now I understand. All right, we growing the Giant. I think we are now. Maybe I should have given up Royal. Might have been better than the Plains. Hexproof. I think that's the best one, right? Do I play Civ 5 sometimes? Nope. Played it over New Year's though. Nice draw. Missed the land, which is a little unfortunate. Yeah, I think I should have gotten rid of Royal. What do I have now? I have Vigilant. Okay. Rip Mana Dork.
It seems fortune favors you.
Man, punished so fucking hard for discarding that land, huh? Give me flying. Flying would be really nice here. Vigilance, reach, hexproof. Still can't attack with that quite yet. We're gonna get scries now, but man, dude, was that a mistake giving him planes? I think it just should have been royal. I don't know what this card is. 4/4 death touch. Maybe unstep. You gain life this turn. If you gain life this turn. You know what is really stupid? If you're ever a game developer and you see yourself going, "Hey, when a player in my game is hovering a card trying to read it, I'm gonna have the board move it around so he can't read it." You should rethink your life and your decisions you've made thus far. And what the fuck does this card do? At the beginning of your end step, if you gain life this turn, each opponent sacrifices a creature and you return up to one target creature card from your Oh, so this combo plus Vraska just beats us. Okay. That's unfortunate. Alright. Damn, thought we were okay. I might have screwed it up with that land. Would we have not played the giant? I'm not sure. How do we get back here? Okay. I can right click on it? Sure, but you could just design an interface where if someone's fucking hovering a card, it doesn't move around when you're trying to read it, you know? So he loses a life, gains a life, makes me sack a creature, draws a card off this combo here. It's pretty nasty. Can I turn that off? Suspect it wouldn't have mattered, honestly. Yeah, I know, right? We're not far enough behind. Add some Ashiok to this board. I agree. Oh yeah, and he gets his 1/2. He gets his creature back that discards my cards. All right, I think we can concede this game. There's no way we come back from this, right? With 2 missed land draws from here. Like what is the sequence of series of plays that gets us there? Red mana. Maybe, dude. I don't think we beat Ashiok though, right? We're at 22 cards left in our library.
As long as we win, nothing else matters.
And he ults Vraska here in a second too for like the kill if any creature touches me, right? No beating his curve here. Yeah, it's a super. I actually don't like this portion, this type of Magic. Like I'm enjoying the drafting here because it's so different. And there's a million cards I've never played with, and some of them are really cool. But I don't actually like super high power level draft. It feels like the variance gets higher, right? Okay, so he's got another answer to another one of my cards. He's still got 7 cards in hand. Are we good to be done here? I feel like we're good to be done. Guess we'll take our last draw step. You think this is a greedy fuck play on my opponent? He wasn't slow. His creatures trade off well with mono red too. Vraska kills a card that comes in. The Reaper trades with the creature, draws him a card. The 1/2 hates out part of your hand. Like I don't think he's particularly weak to mono red. I see your Kappa, and I raise it with ignoring it. All right. Nasty combo there. All right, we have red and green. A 2 mana with Scry. We don't have early plays. We're going first. It's okay. A lot of scrying early. Helmet to Phoenix could be fun. I actually don't think that's good enough here. It's a good card, but I don't have 2 green. Terramander. I want my Scry. Do I just kill this now? Probably take 1 and wait. It's a scary card, this card, because you get it on board early, and then eventually it becomes huge. I think that's good enough. We need lands right now. I wish I had a turn 3 play is all, but I don't. Okay. Yeah, Helm is good on like everything. It's just insanely slow. I guess Helm doesn't really work with Phoenix. It's a non-combo, isn't it? A nombo. Since there's not going to be, if we have token Phoenixes, they don't actually go to the graveyard. Although I guess I could put the main Phoenix in the graveyard. I hate running this out into 3 mana like that, but he's missed the land drop. Could be a counter spell. Can't do anything about it if there is. Can't take turn 4 off as well as turn 3 off playing into this. I don't know what this one does. Draw a card, discard a card, target creature you control. Wait, why did he draw a card when he played it? Because he just used the ability. What is phase out? He can do that on my turn as well. So he can. This is a planeswalker that can activate on his turn and my turn. Is that correct? Okay, I don't know what phase out does. Presumably it's some sort of temporary removal. It's annoying to have both our white cards in hand and no white mana.
Don't worry, I'll think of
Didn't
something.
do that. Okay.
Wish I knew that was coming.
Helm's pretty bad versus his board. I guess he can no longer phase me out at instant speed. Alright, during each play, thanks Bork. Bork DeV says, okay, during each player's untap phase, before the active player untaps, all phased in permanents with phasing phase out. At the same time, all phased out, phase in. Okay.
I do love a good puzzle.
2 dead cards in hand is really rough right now. I wonder if I should have just played this out as a 4/4, not worried about the mutate portion, just to get another beater on the board. I feel like all we have to do is connect Helm to something though to win. This guy's not a hasty boy, is it? Oh, it gains haste. Okay, it gains haste on recursion, but not the main element, not the first card. Okay. And he's been digging pretty hard for mana, I think. No, maybe not mana. Alright, opponent is doing things, but I don't really know what things he's doing. But he just tapped out pre-combat when I have a Helm on the board. So I want to do that and win. So this card, okay, generates hasted ones. Okay. He's no mana. I don't care. This planeswalker is surprisingly good though. Protects itself and activates twice as often as regular planeswalkers. It's pretty solid. Okay. He just played a double. He just put a double red card into his graveyard. He's running fixing, and it's mostly a blue deck, blue-green. Is he just splashing double red Chandra? Hardcast Shark Typhoon. Well, do I fucking care about a hardcast shark? I mean, I can Gem Razor onto one of these phoenixes. It's pretty unexciting. But I mean, what the fuck else are we gonna do, right? This effect won't trigger if I actually should have done this pre-combat. Wait, how do I know which is the mutate? This is mutate. Okay. Royal? Does Royal go face? Isn't it creature? Let me double check. The problem with red 2 mana fucking 3 damage removal is there's been every version of that printed ever, right? From like kills artifacts to prevents regeneration to fucking the rest of it. Royal is anything? Oh, it's a little bit more interesting though. 3 damage to any target. Okay, that's a bit more interesting, the kicker. That explains why it's so expensive. I was reading this as 3 damage to any creature, and I'm like, Jesus, a 7 mana to, because there's the normal red deal 5 to a creature kind of thing, right? That's 5 mana, often at sorcery speed. So this felt like a really bad version of that, but I still needed a removal. So because it's like a 7 mana deal 5, right? But yes, I could have 3 mana pinged him to the face then, or 2 mana pinged him to the face. Wow. Cards I've never seen before. What set is Royal from? I'm not even sure. I don't know. I certainly don't understand the set. I don't know the set art or a set icon art. But what is the actual set? What's the set title? I'm not even sure I've heard of the title of that set. Zendikar Rising? I feel like that's something I've heard. Is that a relatively recent set? Maybe. Alright, we're going first. We're 1 mana off. We're never tossing this hand. It's all artifact creatures, and we have a guy in with a scry. So we just need to get a land, okay? Hate to put that on the bottom. Okay. Didn't draw land. Feels bad. I wish to God this were instant speed. Missed land again. I'm going to remove that. Presumably this card matters in his deck. I don't have anything else to do. Oh, man. Keep a 2-lander. Scry once. Can't get there. So we're what? 2 draw? I guess that's... We're 2 draws in.
We work together, and I will guard your advance.
The fuck do I do versus that? You think Bestiary is good here? I don't. I think it's too slow versus Bazari.
I trust in your abilities.
I think we just lose here, right? Like we can't ever interact with anything. Alright, so we get Icy to untap Traxos with mana to tap down a blocker here, as long as he doesn't go too many. Maybe we get in with this? You're not gonna... What does this card do? Probably wins the game, huh? 7-8 and does what now? Flying in first strike. It's an 8-9 flying first strike. Does it Vigilant? He just doesn't give a shit? Oh, it's Vigilant. Okay. Alright, can I afford to take another 8? No. Do I have any options? No. Is it gonna fly for the rest of the game? Yes. It's unfortunate. I can't... He could have a haster. Black-white hasters? Not a lot of them.
Despite defeat,
Okay.
I am proud of us.
I mean, I can nuke them all out. I'm gonna be super low here, though. I don't think Bronto killing them all is good enough, though, right, chat? Like, it might be okay later, but I gotta get Basri off the field. He ults at 6, so he was gonna ult that turn if I didn't kill him, right? He has removal that kills Traxos. It's kind of bad news. Alright, so I've got a 1-3. Can it pump? No, it gives lifelink. Right now, Icy holds down this field okay. I'm at 3. I kind of want to showdown for mana. But then it's just showdown pass, basically. Could play out Mana Dork, wait to showdown next turn. But I can't double spell with that. It'd kind of be nice to be like Mirror, big Bestiary Merm or something. I think this is showdown pass. Okay. I need to destroy Maul. I don't think I do. Although it's certainly fucking bad. I can chump the Lieutenant, right? I don't think I can win from... I don't think I can win from doing one thing this turn, right? Doesn't trample or something, right? What's the last thing it does? Another creature you control dies. Okay. Alright, 7 mana. We have an Icy. We need to leave 1 mana up. What do we do here? It's a 6-7 that we're chumping, I guess. So it's probably opening Visionary. Any white spells left? No. This is protection from multicolored. I mean, I could just take 1. So I could run out Brontodon here. I have 7 mana. Okay. I think it's Visionary plus Brontodon. Plus Icy. I don't think I can afford Helm. Ah, fuck, I screwed it up, chat. We're 1 mana shy. Couldn't have been this way, because I was planning on blocking and sacking, right? But now I can't Icy. So I take 3 instead of 1. It's a bit sketchy. A bit sketchy. The cost on this, I counted my lands and go, okay, it's fine. I still have mana for Icy and both the creatures I want to do. But the things I want to do don't work. Whenever a creature you control dies, each opponent loses 1 life. I mean, not ideal from this scenario. Has a black mana. Now we're fucked. So this nukes face, so I'm just double chumping here, or single chumping, I guess. So I'm just dead, right? Whenever you gain life, target player loses that much. I can't sack and do that. So it had to be a 2-drop. I don't have a 2-drop. So I would have had to have just played out Brontodon, not played Visionary at all, past turn. I don't think I can sack Hero, right? What I can do is wait for him to declare attacks. And then if he attacks with this dude, attacks with both. Attacks with both is no good for me here, right? I can't remove the fucking 1/3 because Chandra does 2. And I can't remove the 1/1. Well, I can remove the 1/1. It pings my face, though. I can't survive the next attack because the next attack is lifelink and always does at least 2. Is there a card that saves me? Get us there. We can sack so we chump. The lifelink kills us. So I can tap the 6/6. I think we're actually alive off that. Oh no, I don't have the mana to activate both. Yes, I do. I've got the Visionary. Okay. So we're actually still alive. Barely. Sucks to throw out our hand, but what the fuck else am I going to do, right? None of these cards interact with this board. So we tap down this dude, because we can't ever handle that. Pass to attackers. Neither of them fly. Okay, now we're getting somewhere. Alright, so what happens here? It's when he gains life. So I have to sack. So it's going to be declare blocker. We eat the 1/3, right? That does 1 to our face. That does 2 to our face. Is there any reason not to block with the goose? There isn't. Except it's our life gain later. If he has combat triggering, we're just fucked anyways, right? So choose blockers. Sack this. Go to 5. Take 4. Not 4, 2, 3, 3. Okay. He can't make everything ping me anymore. So we need to save mana for Goose. Goose is 2 mana to create, 2 mana to eat. So it's 4 for Goose, and I need Icy. So actually minusing Chandra doesn't do anything here. Not for cards anyways. I can play out the giant, have 4, use Icy, and I can plus and remove a creature. Is there any restrictions on this? No. Guess I kill the Reaver. Go to 1. Death Touch, not terribly exciting, but it's okay actually here. I have to make a food token after I've blocked, because I need the blocker to prevent the damage. So making food tokens not good until then. It's good then. Does he just draw a Rise from the grave? He's just digging through my graveyard. Seems pretty fucking bad. Can't attack with the 6/7. He can't attack with the 6/7 already because of the icy. What's the alt on this? 9. Search your graveyard and library for any number of red instant or sorcerer cards. Exile them, shuffle your library. You may cast them this turn, add 6. That's not good. That's not a good alt. That doesn't win us any games with this deck. Dude just top decks Command the Dread Horde. So we finally stabilized the board at 1 HP, removing all of his threats. So he top decks Command the Dread Horde to pull back 4 creatures. Fuck this guy. Seriously. All right.
Together we are a crop. We grow or wither as
I mean, fuck am I supposed to do with that? Why? Okay, did I just pass in priority without thinking too? Yeah, I just clicked next. A planeswalker and 3 creatures. Come on, man. Like, is there any other card that would have that? I mean, this is Cube. It's the wrong format to ask that, but it's still crazy.
Now is the time to strike.
Is there any way I kill him? He's got 3 attackers. I don't care about that. It's fine. I guess I do care. Because this thing could get flying. It goes 3 up top. 2 more up top is 5. Leaves him at 6. If I top deck the red spell that goes face, I could kill him outright. Do I need this mana for that? So let's see. 1 to tap the blocker. 3, 6, 7, 8. I already have 7 up top. 8, 9, 10, 12. So if I get the flying, we could still win. So I think I eat this. I don't think it changes anything, but I think I still eat it. That card doesn't get us anywhere. We can minus here. The problem is the lifelink, right? Because I can't kill the lifelinker, all of his creatures do damage to my face instead of to my creatures. So otherwise, a shit ton of chump blockers would be pretty reasonable, but it doesn't work. Gargareth will gain us life. Probably not enough. I can nuke out this card that heals him, but it doesn't kill planeswalkers. Has reach. I need a card to kill this 2/4. The 2/4 has killed me twice. It seems like absolute total trash. If he had 1 less swamp, I could prevent the activation with Icy. Trample. It's not going to work. It's a good card. I think it's kind of cheesy. So I can't play both these. I'm 1 mana short. The Gargareth draws me cards. This kills the card that kills me. Every one of these pings me. There's no win from here. I guess I can play them both, huh? So close, man. We're not even like... Is there a way we're alive? We gained 3 off the Gargareth. I'm not sure there's any way we're alive here. I think it's a no. He just drew another card that drains me. Can this guy not have top decks that just like kill my will to live? Like, Command the Dread Horde, recurring this creature that's done 1,000,000 damage into another creature that drains me. Like, fuck off. Also, they're tapped and attacking creatures. All of them have lifelink. You know what I should do? I can't tap it in response, right? No. Should have tapped one here. It really doesn't matter. I can't beat this, right? Every one of his creatures that I block deals damage to me, even though we remove the card that deals all the damage to me. He gets another free set of attackers, and all of them have lifelink. You know, it's like, fuck off. What is it? 1 turn to stabilize? Like, literally 1 turn without Command the Dread Horde, and we're fine? Like, it's so assault-inducing. Oh, magic. Magic, magic, magic. Enjoy your loss. Okay. Outplayed. He's better at top decking, guaranteed. I mean, the opening was pretty sick too, right? We're like a slow opener. He's slamming 2-drops that add counters into planeswalkers, into massive dudes, into Maul, and then when he runs out of gas, top decks a Command the Dread Horde. I don't know how to beat that. I don't think you beat that. I better have a even more ridiculous deck than him, I guess. Need lands right now. Paradise Druid going first. 2 lands. It's good enough. We've got more Scry here. These cards are pretty weak early. I have 1 other tap land in the deck. I guess I play Forest here. Probably doesn't really matter. Yeah. He could have won long ago. I don't know if he could have or couldn't have. I feel like there were a couple times I maybe moved things around wrong. There was that turn where I miscounted, where I thought I could use the sack on the Brontodon and have the Icy tap, and I couldn't. Here I give up 2 damage to keep the Druid alive. I have 2 X spells in hand. It seems relevant. Also holds up sacking Brontodon, but I'm not so worried about that. Okay. So we're going to tap the Druid to show down the land, I think. Let's do that first, see what information we get. Okay. Happy to pass. I don't need to take damage here. I've got tons of gas. Would have loved to actually just incinerate away something here, but I'm okay. That's a fine turn. The red cards in this deck haven't done much for us. Sure. We haven't drawn. I mean, this is a red card. This card's been fine. Our top end we haven't got to very often. We haven't drawn our early good red cards. We had a couple interaction cards. It's not been terrible. That's annoying. So do I lose these cards when that happens? No? Cool. I play Gargaroth. So this one goes face, this one doesn't, but this one does twice X to a creature. Okay. He took a tap. Oh, it takes the land tapped anyways. Sure. This tramples, yeah. It's a lot of untapped lands. Feels like a weird play. I think he's trying to get his Beanstalk out to block Gargaroth, I think. There's the dude we were talking about for our red cards. I have instant speed interaction, and I don't care if he blocks Gargaroth. I don't really care if he blocks Brontodon either. So I think I swing with both here pre-combat. What do we want? I think I just want 3/3s. Plenty of gas in hand. Don't need life. Just took 9. I guess I shouldn't have played land with this card, huh? Should have waited. But I'm okay here. I've got instant speed removal. Maybe I should have removed his mana dork. But if he just plays this Beanstalk Giant, he loses. Probably loses on board too. So I'm not too worried about this ramp. I guess there's multiple spells. I'm just planning on end step tapping in a blocker and then main phase, or my turn tapping another blocker. Sure. So is there a 1 mana fight spell? There could be. That's the only thing I can think of that would really fuck up my day. So I think I now, while this is here, remove this 1/1. I guess he can add mana. Oh, that's not good. He could add mana there. Yeah. Should have done that as he cast the other spell, I guess, not when it resolves. Do I want these cards? Does it matter? 4 and 2. I don't even fucking know if these cards matter, man. My hand is so strong right now. I definitely don't want that card. Maybe I want Chandra. Yeah. So I didn't do what I thought I was going to do with that removal. Which is I was thinking I would prevent him from having mana for a fight spell if he has one. He's got 2 red. 2 red is maybe removal. Sure. It's fine. He's at 8 though, and I tap both of his creatures, so he's just dead on board with that play. Okay. Okay. We had a strong hand. Well, we had a bit of a slow hand, but it got going. That one that digs into your library and pulls you lands out and then pulls you extra playables is really strong. I mean, Gargaroth just, he doesn't have an answer for that. How is Gargaroth only 5 CMC? I have no idea. I presume because it's just a... It doesn't make sense in the context of the set it came out in, but I suppose it's just like you're trying to get a green creature to be playable. It doesn't have hexproof. It doesn't have immune to be countered, and it's going to get removed by like 99 million different removal spells. I guess you're trying to make it be something playable. Yep, Primal Might would have worked as a 1 mana fight spell. Yep. There's another one too, I think. I think it's a discounted fight spell based on like creature power. So I should have removed the dork is what I should have done earlier. I guess he can tap whenever though for mana. So I'd have to do it on his upkeep, remove the dork. Alright, seems good. White mana here. Our 5 mana bomb if we get it going, or 6 mana bomb rather, and a good playable. We're going second here, which is a little bit unfortunate. But the rest of it's good. Bite's a 2 mana, yeah. Any of those cards that generates crazy effects over time are going to be busted in limited. Yeah, it's weird for sure. Cards that are really good in limited are often not cards that are really good in constructed. Other cards plus 0 dwarf. When a dwarf you control becomes tapped, create a treasure token. This is a dwarf. Sacrifice 5 treasure tokens. Search your library for an artifact or dragon card. Put that card onto the battlefield. Oh, I wish I could block that. This is my only source of white mana with 2 white cards in my hand. I don't think I can block this. Do I take a turn off of doing the things I want to do to run out Brontodon to block it? Maybe. No blocks. It could be scary. Any world in which I take the 7 to develop the showdown? I've already played land this turn. Probably not. It's probably just the Brontodon into nuking it, huh? There any red-green spells that protect this creature? There's a number. I don't think I can let him untap. I think this card beats me if I can't remove it. I don't want this 3-4 attacking again. Or this 2-1 attacking again. We'll see. See if he untaps Traxos. Henge would be pretty fucking bad. That's correct. Veil. Yeah, there's a number like that. Tramples, right? Alright, so we play into tricks there. I prevent the attack. So the payoff is he doesn't swing with this. The cost... I don't know why he didn't swing with this. I guess he still doesn't want the trade. There's my own Traxos. That's interesting. I could Tristani next turn if I Traxos this turn. Traxos on this board seems okay. It might be better than Showdown. So I take 5, go to 13, have this card for next turn. It will untap, and it's like the living wall that fucks his day up forever. I guess I take 7, not 5. So then next turn it's Showdown or Tristani. I think that's fine. He can't interact with my mana dork. We could just throw out Tristani on here. I can't gain life with that creature on the board, though. The Rampaging Ferocidon, right? And is a 1/4 and 2 1/1s better? Maybe? I don't hate the Traxos, though, man. Though we have a really strong hand. If our creatures survive, we're probably in good shape. Do 1/1s help me versus this board? A little bit. They block this guy. I don't have a timeout. Yeah, maybe. It's more mana efficient too. I'm not sure. I don't hate the idea. Oh, it's not that it... Wait. What did this fucking thing do? Just nuke me? Whenever another creature enters the battlefield, it does 1 damage to the creature's controller. So I take 3 from that. I'm not sure, man. Gotta get the white cards out. Yeah, but Traxos into Showdown or Traxos into Tristani untaps a 7/7 blocker, which is really, really exciting to me. Copy target activated a triggered ability you control, you may choose new targets. Copy target instant or sorcery spell you control, you may choose new targets. Copy target permanent spell you control, the copy becomes a token. I don't know what any of that really does. I mean, I can set this up. I kind of want one more land in hand before that, right? I feel like this is Traxos and pass. Or Phoenix. I don't know how to beat this necessarily. Like, what are my threats? The fact I can't gain life is throwing me through a bit of a loop right here. This thing pinging me for 1 every single time. I don't really understand what he can copy. It looks like he can copy everything, but I don't really know how to tell. So you can, yeah, okay. He's out of cards though. And he just tapped out. This can crew. It's a 5/5. Crew's off 3. Yeah, we'll go digging. We need mountains and we need our removal. We just drew no lands out of that. I have chump blockers and I can't gain life. The 8/8's fine. He chumps it once though, right? I guess I swing now. I'd like to nuke these cards out. Can't play them until next turn. So is it Goose or Palladium? Palladium ramps me and also untaps my Croxos, which I think is fine. I'm willing to trade this for his 2 creatures. Okay. I don't know what a permanent spell is though. What the fuck is a permanent spell, chat? Permanent spell is a permanent on the stack. Gotcha. Okay, so when he casts it, if it's a permanent type and he casts it, he can copy it. Gotcha, gotcha, gotcha. This thing doesn't fly, right? Alright. We're getting drained out here. Although we've got big board and his health isn't so good. We can tap it on an end step. That's interesting. Okay. I think Gem Razor is worse. I can Gem Razor next turn. Gem Razor doesn't untap Traxos as a blocker. Doesn't accelerate my mana. Dude, am I just dead? I just take 9 from that? Oh, it has Summoning Sickness, so he kills my dork. Okay. Kills both my mana dorks. It's pretty rough. I mean, he's fucking dying over here, though. Every creature spell we play pre-combat is a +1/+1 on a trampler. What does this take to crew? It takes 3 to crew. We have 7 mana. I want a Gem Razor. He killed both my mana dorks, unfortunately. Yeah, I think I killed the boat here as well. I think I killed the boat with Gem Razor. And I think I played on... What is this? It makes it a 4/4, so this becomes a 4/4. Or I can't play it on humans. And I'm not playing it on Traxo, so I guess it comes down on Tristani. I think I don't play this card. I think I played that in the Phoenix. Why does this... No, mutate. There's soldier tokens? They're not human soldiers? Oh, it's weird. I still get a 4/4 attacker out of this. Alright, so I can't double spell. I've already played out my hand. I think this is Rekindling Phoenix for another +1/+1 token. This becomes 10. He absorbs 3. Takes 7, goes to 5. He can't not block these, but he can trade there and go to 1. He loses his entire board, and I'll still have Traxos on the board. I can untap it. I think that's good enough. Gem Razor's trample, but he can... Oh, it's trample. Okay, then we're probably just good, honestly. If that gives trample, I didn't notice. Okay. All right, scary games, scary games. Okay. I always assume, are those, maybe the other one, those are soldiers? What's the other white, the 1/1 white, 1/1 white tokens? Isn't there another token effect? Are they humans? I'm not sure. I'll play ranked. We're playing cube. Cubed is ranked, I think. I think it's ranked. Aren't these best of 1 drafts? I don't know. Are they knights? I don't think so. The little ones that come out of the most recent set. Oh, it's not? Okay. It's still an interesting format. It's fun. It's fun. It's just so high power level, right? I have no intention of playing constructed. It's boring. 1/1 white tokens can be human warriors or soldiers. Okay. I mean, this hand sucks. Fuck. First play, turn 4. That's much better. We want this. We probably can get away with not playing that. We're a little sketched about. I kind of want my interaction on 2 though. When our first drops a 3. You think ship Surveyor? There's an argument for shipping Surveyor here. We don't. It is green green. That's not terrible. It sucks because it's card advantage, and we are down a card. But we're actually okay with what we've drawn, right? So take it. Okay. Have all my colors. That's true, but again, it's still card advantage. Your number of lands matters. Like the total number of land we get to play ends up being there. Jesus. Alright, that gets... I think he can cast 2 spells next turn. I mean, there's certainly a possibility he can. We have the Paradise Druid to sack if he does. Where he creates 2 tokens. How many token generators are there? Like 1 billion, right? That's a terrifying card. You can go this into Mana Jet? How the fuck can I do that? This is 2 mana and this is 3, and I've got 4. Where am I getting the 5th? This doesn't let me play more. It's actually fine. We can get the land off the top. We don't have red yet. Yes, we do. We just drew it. Okay. And I don't need this dude for ages, so let's crack him in the face with it. Okay. Yeah, it's just kind of scary, right? I mean, sure. Now I don't have my card I need, so thanks for that. Fucking so irritating. I'm irritated, chat. That was extremely disappointing. It's the first time we'd had the chance to play this card on turn 3 or turn 4, and we've been forced to reevaluate our gameplay twice in 2 turns because of the power level of the first 2 cards he's put out. What's the crew on this? Crew 1 for a 3/5. Is it my end step or theirs? Beginning of your upkeep. So I can Brontodon away that. It's pretty unexciting. But I guess I do. If he does that... I mean, he always crews it, but it's dead. Never mind. So we just kill it. We just resolve this pre-combat. We go to combat with both. Just hold, control. If he crews it, do I get priority back if he crews it? He can crew it, then I can kill it, right? Okay. Give me full control, dude. Why does it keep turning it off? He won't block. I don't care if he won't block or not. I just want to make sure he doesn't get to... I don't want that thing resolving and blocking my 2/1. I care about my land count. I have 6 mana spells in my deck, and there's playing against black. It could be discarded here. He's at 10. Got a Phoenix in play. We can maybe still win this, but that card just stealing my fucking gas card after mulliganing and putting the extra forest on top really hurt us.